Hello and welcome back to Arley Farm. Yes, we're on this map again. I know I do play my other maps, I promise. In fact, I probably enjoy my other farms more than this one even, but I've just been on this one lately, partly because I've almost paid off my overdraft on this one. I'm down to only, let's see, only £5 left to pay on my overdraft, and then I'm actually debt free on this farm. Well, until I go and spend more money on something else silly and get further into debt again. Of course, as I've always said in my farming games, I don't do things that would be wise financially. So if you're wanting financial advice from me, do not follow my farming videos, because they're not about doing the financially wise thing, they're about doing whatever I want to do. Now, there was one thing that I have just changed on this farm. Just over here where the diesel tank is, there was always, I'll just go in here and I'll show you. I go to, yes, it's under container. So there's one of these diesel tanks here, the big red one here, and that was over in this corner. Was it the red one? In fact, no, it might have even been the orange one there that was over in the corner. I think it was the orange one actually, which is bigger. And the one thing that always annoyed me about that, I don't mind that diesel tank, there's nothing wrong with that diesel tank, but the person who had made the farm, it's such a tiny little thing, but he'd placed it so close to this wall that when you open this door here, the door would actually go through the diesel tank, and it always annoyed me. So I'd always planned to delete the diesel tank he'd put into the map there and put my own one there instead, just so that the diesel tank didn't go through the door didn't go into the diesel tank when you open the door. It's a very, very minor thing, so I'm not picking on the map maker at all. It's such a tiny minor thing, but it just annoyed me. So I finally got around to replacing that, and I put one of these gravity feed diesel tanks in there in its place. I quite like this gravity fed one, and it's far enough away from the wall that it doesn't interfere with the door as the door opens. So that's a change I've just made on my farm here. Otherwise it's all as it was last time I recorded on it. Now I'm going to try something on this video. Oh, which reminds me, that's right, yes, I was actually we'll just jump scare here. I was picking up more chicken feed in my truck and heading home from that. But I want to try something in this video that I haven't ever tried before. And it will probably work, and by the time you see it, if I ever upload this one, then it means it has worked. But at the time of recording it, I don't know whether it has or not. I've often sort of jumped out of the game momentarily to show you photos on while doing my videos. This time I've recorded a couple of very, very short mini videos on my phone, so I'm going to try and show you videos within the video, if that makes sense. So we'll try that now, and the main reason that I want to do this, is showing you a video within a video, is, just wait for that screen to come up so I can X out of it. One of the video channels that I subscribe to is called Brick-A-Go-Go or Books-A-Go-Go. I don't remember whether there's Nest in his day or not. And he builds Lego models of like Boeing 747s and things like that. He also builds Lego models of cruise ships, and he really, really inspired me, and other ships. He's inspired me to do a couple of different ships that I've built. So I want to show these little mini videos of these boats that I've built. So I'm going to show you a couple now. So let's start with I'm going to show you this video first. I'll show you two ships in this video. The second one is the cruise ship I built that was inspired by Brick-A-Go-Go or Books-A-Go-Go. I don't remember which name it is, I'm sorry. So hopefully just showing a video within the video works, we'll see anyway. So this is the USS Enterprise, done in a Japanese style called chibi, which is where things get over-exaggerated. So as you can see, the runway, the main runway there, is actually only twice the length as it is the width, so it's nowhere near long enough. And the person, well, if we zoom in on this person, you can see their body is way too small for the size of their head, and the whole person is bigger than the whole control tower there. And this is all deliberate, this scaling of things. And if we spin it around, you can see there's a jet fighter coming into land, there's another jet fighter that's just taking off, and there's an AWACS plane on the runway, which we'll come back to because I've got to show you that. Now on the lift here, you can see, if I pull this off for a second, one of those little, I don't even know what they call them, the bright yellow carts kind of thing that you see running around at airports and things, and you see them running around on aircraft carriers as well. So I did an overscaled one of those, and
you can see with the jet fighters there that the cabin area, the plane's done the same style. So the cockpit's way too tall for the plane and things. Now, I'm not sure. I might yet rebuild the planes. I'm not entirely happy with the planes on this yet. Um, there is a, another YouTube channel called Cosbricks, spelled Kos. He does some really, really brilliant fighter jets in a very small scale. This one's obviously not cartoon style like this, but I may sort of copy his designs and then cartoonify them after the fact. And there's that AWACS plane, you can see it there with the big radar dish on it. So, yeah, oops, that one's very finely balanced. It will sit on the nose wheel, but not too well if I start moving it around too much. So yes, that's my chibi style USS Enterprise there, which is, I really, really love this. I must admit, this is completely my own design. I've never ever seen anyone do anything like this in this style out of Lego before. I just absolutely love it. So that's that one. Okay, so this is my cruise ship. This was inspired by a YouTube channel called Books A Go Go. He does a lot of planes, big passenger planes like Boeing 747s and things like that. He also does a lot of cruise ships, and this is not an exact copy of any of his designs, because all of the ones he does are real cruise ships, whereas I wanted to design one of my own, so this is a made-up one, it's not a real ship, but it was definitely inspired by the YouTube channel Books A Go Go. And you can see, so I've got a port on one side and I've got clear water on the other, so you can see it sort of out in the open or in port. It's got a big glassed area at the back, because one of the ferries we have here in New Zealand has a big viewing area at the back like that. So you can just sit there at the bar and watch the waves going out the back of the ship, and I really like that. And looking at it from the top, you can see there's a pool at the front there. Then there's 2 tennis courts there. There's another pool with a couple of water slides. Again, those water slides, all thanks to Books A Go Go. He's the one that designed those, and I think I've done them slightly differently from how he did them. I've used the same sort of bits. And then behind the funnel here, there's 2 circular spa pools, you can see there. There's also a deck with a big ass movie screen at it, a big outdoor movie screen. Now, it's a bit hard to see what movie's playing there at the moment. It is actually there. I'll show you a picture in a minute of what that movie is, which again is another just a funny that I wanted to do on my thing. So the movie that's playing is the movie Titanic, and I'll show you the picture that's on that movie screen in a second. Easier to see picture of it. But I just want to do that as a bit of a laugh, because I'm sure that Titanic is the one and only movie they would never ever play on a cruise ship. So this one was all thanks to Books A Go Go. Thanks.
Okay, so hopefully that playing a video within the video worked. Here is this here is a picture that's shrunk incredibly to fit on the back of that little movie screen on my cruise ship. So that's the picture, if you look very, very up close, that's playing on that movie theatre. And as I said, I like to have I thought of putting the Titanic movie playing simply because I thought it was a good laugh. And I love doing funny little things like that in some of my Lego designs. For example, what I want to do one day is I want to build a big Lego pirate ship. I want to do it so that like on one of the decks there's going to be a very, very small bike rack with a couple of bicycles in it, and there might be a couple of pirates playing 10-pin bowling on one of the decks. And I thought if you look through all the portholes, in one of them I might have a ball pit room, where the whole room that you see inside through this one porthole is just a big ball pit with a couple of pirates playing in it. And most people probably miss these tiny little details and will just see a pirate ship, and that's fine, you know. But like I said, I love to do things like that, and I've seen other people do it too. One of my friends has this big, huge Lego castle, and he's got knights and soldiers all over the place, you know, knights all over the place and things, and everything's exactly as you'd expect it to be for medieval times, except in one corner of this big scene. It's quite a big scene. It's probably the size of a double bed, his whole setup. He's got a guy mowing the lawns with an electric lawnmower, or petrol powered lawnmower, sorry, and which is obviously completely out of sync with everything else which is medieval. But to me it's just absolutely brilliant. It makes the whole thing. So okay, now I want to show you a video of the other shot that I've done, which was inspired by Brick-A-Go-Go or Bricks-A-Go-Go. I'm sorry, I just don't recall off the top of my head what the name of it's one of those two. And this is my Titanic, so we'll play this one now.
One of the other ships that Bricks-A-Go-Go does a lot on his channel is the Titanic. So this is my version of the Titanic. It's not the same as any of his versions, so I did my own design for it. But this is my version of the Titanic. What I particularly like about this version, I will show you. If you take the third funnel from the back off of it, if I can get it off with one hand, give me a moment, it's just not coming off very cleanly here. There we go, it's off. Okay, if you take the third funnel off, it gives you a separate way of displaying the Titanic there. So the whole ship, so if I go across here, you'll see there's the rest of it. So that third funnel is the only bit you need to take off for the whole ship to just split in half. Well, not halves, but split where it should split between the third and fourth tunnel. So yeah, I deliberately designed this when I built it so that you can just sit the two halves together like that, and put this funnel back on, and the whole thing stays together and can be picked up as one piece and displayed like that. Or you can just take off that third funnel and it becomes a display of the sort of before and after. So it's very hard to get that third funnel off on its own only using one hand. It's quite easy with two hands. So, and there you go as the after display. So again, this Titanic, it's not the same design as Bricks-A-Go-Go has used for any of his. It is my own design, but I'm really, really pleased with how it came out, especially with that ability to split like that. Okay, thanks.
Okay, so again, hopefully these playing a video within a video has worked. Now I have got a couple more videos I'll show you and hope that they've all worked. So I'll show you. I'm probably most well known within Lego circles for building my little cartoon cars. I've done 2 new cartoon cars out of Legos that I haven't shown before in previous videos, so I'll show you those ones now as well. Here's one of them.
Of course, what I'm most well known for when building Lego models is for building these 3 little Lego cartoon cars that are all deliberately cartoonified and things. Now, I had previously built a Lego model of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang in a bigger scale and quite a serious model, getting as close to accurate as I possibly could. And when I sold that one, I wanted to do a second one in this silly cartoon version. So this is what I've done here. Now, because all of my cartoon cars always have a character beside them, I thought none of the people in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang the movie or anything would really necessarily be recognisable. So instead, I did Mary Poppins as the person on this one. So although there's 2 separate movies, they are from about the same era. I think they were made 2 years apart. So this is my little cartoon Chitty Chitty Bang Bang with Mary Poppins beside it. And these cartoon cars I do on a little round basis is what I'm much more well known for when I'm building with Lego. Thanks. Bye.
Okay, and then the second cartoon car that I've built recently.
The other new cartoon one I've done recently. So of course this is Lightning McQueen. I'd had an idea to build Lightning McQueen long before I did, but I didn't feel like I could successfully do the stickers for it, which would be necessary. So earlier this year, when Lego actually released a Speed Champion scale Lightning McQueen, I decided, right, that's my chance to do a cartoon one. Now again, because all of my cartoon cars always have a character beside them, and of course there are no people that I could do to go next to Lightning McQueen, so instead I did a very miniature version of Guido, the forklift, and personally I'm really pleased with that too, not only because of how well it came out, which I do really like how well it came out, but the fact that the Speed Champions cars that Lego release always have a character with them. And the Lightning McQueen is the first one ever they've released with no character, because they obviously came up with the same problem of there are no people in the movie cars, so how do you have a person, a minifig or something with Lightning McQueen? So I'm really pleased with the idea of coming up with the idea of building a tiny little Guido, and I'm quite pleased with how Guido came out there as well. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Okay, now, so I'm just kind of ticking off in my mind which ones I've shown you already. So I think I've got 2 to go. Yep, I've still got 2 to go. So these last 2 I'm going to show you, I think I might have shown both of these on a video previously, but I've sort of redone them a lot since that. So I'm going to show you them rather than in photo form and video form this time, with improvements to them.
Here is another little scene that I built with a P51 Mustang chasing after a Mitsubishi Zero. Now, I built this because Lego did a limited run of a model that was kind of like this, that had a handle at the end. If you turned the handle, the planes moved. I didn't really care for the movement much. I wanted to build my own one, and I have taken this to the Lego Club before, this design, and a number of people pointed out to me that the Mediterranean style buildings they've got there, white with the orange roofs, there was no theatre during World War II where a P51 Mustang could possibly be chasing after a Japanese Zero over a Mediterranean town like this. But the whole reason I did the town and the style is I needed some bright colours to go against the dark grey of the ground. So I thought that the white buildings with orange roofs would achieve that look, which I think they do. So it's not historically accurate, this, and I really don't care, so don't point it out. I do really like the little statue that I've got there in the town square, and if you have a look there, you can just see the town church. There's a little cross at the top of the spire of the church as well, and the same cross at the back of the spire there. So yeah, I really like this, but it's not historically accurate to any theatre in World War II, and I don't care because I'm not a World War II buff, I just like the model anyway. Thanks.
Okay, and then one last video within the video, if this is indeed working, and it's this one here.
I'm going to show you today. I can't remember whether I've ever videoed this one for you or not. This is an electric train going over a viaduct at the Arosa Valley, Arosa line, which is in Switzerland. So this is a Swiss scene that I made. You can see the tunnel there that's coming out of. You can see that. Now, the one thing I'm not sure about with this is I've got trees in like 3 different heights and about 6 different colours. I'm not sure about these lighter coloured trees here. They may be a bit too light, so I may end up replacing all of those really light coloured trees with a different shade of green yet. But I'm just not sure, because if I do that, because I've used every different shade of green Lego make in my trees already, it means I'm going to have trees of other colours I've already got here. So there's no other shade of green that I can go with. So I'm just not sure. So I quite like having the variety of colours. So I would be interested to hear what people think, whether they think that really light green there is just too off colour compared to the rest of it, or whether they think that works. Yeah, that's my little electric train there. I'll zoom in a wee bit on the train, heading over a viaduct crossing in Switzerland. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Okay, so that's all the videos I wanted to show you, and hopefully that whole playing a video within the video worked. As I said, as I'm recording this, I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know whether it works or not, but if it didn't work, then I don't upload this video. If it does work, then I do upload this video. So by the time you're watching it, I know that it's worked, if indeed you do get to watch it. Overshot my section there. So I wouldn't normally take such a big truck down just to grab 10 bags of chicken feed, but I was dropping off some eggs and things on the same trip. So I knew that I only had 1 bag of chicken feed left at my farm, so I thought, same trip, I might as well pick up some chicken feed on the way home. So we're just heading back to the farm now with the chicken feed, and then once I've unloaded that, I think I'll skip the rest of the day because it's winter and I've already fed all my animals, and during the winter months there really isn't anything else I can do apart from just feeding animals. Partly because of course this map is almost exclusively grass fields. I think there's very few crop fields on this map, and as a result, of course, it means, because this is a fairly small farm that I've got on this map, so most of the money I make on this map is through doing contract work, but because it's all grass fields, during the winter months there are no contracts available. So there's really nothing I can do in the winter months except feed my animals and skip the rest of the game. So I will get these, oh come on, get up there, get these bags of chicken feed unloaded and stacked in my shed off video, so I don't want the video to be too long, but I hope that that playing a video within the video worked and that I'll be able to upload this one for you all to enjoy. Thank you very much. Bye.